So today we're going to be continuing to look at the alternate future of the world. In the previous alternate future video, we had a lot of things happening, such as Japan and the New World Order going to war, which eventually led to the United States leaving that alliance and joining the Allies. We also saw the Soviet Union leave the Allies as they wanted to pursue their own interests. And overall, if you want a full recap, go watch the last video, obviously. So if you guys do enjoy this alternate future of the world video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. All the support is greatly appreciated. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the scenario. Now, first off, we're going to be going down to Africa, where we have a country joining an alliance. This country is surprisingly going to be Egypt. Now, if we remember correctly, Egypt just got its independence from Britain, and they kind of fought for it. It was a big African civil war against the British, and they managed to win that. So Egypt gained its independence, and now they're going to be joining the Mediterranean Order. And as we can see now, the Mediterranean Order is looking a lot like itself. It's, spanning across the Mediterranean. The only places that it doesn't touch the Mediterranean is where there's other alliances, minus Catalonia. But with Egypt joining the Mediterranean Order, a lot of tension is being built up over here, specifically over here in the Red Sea, where Saudi and Egyptian sailors often clash with each other over who has the right to sail where and why and when and so on and so forth. So first off, we see the Saudi Arabian invasion of North Yemen. These guys aren't protected by anyone, and it's kind of surprising that they still even exist in this series given how small they are, but the Saudis roll right on through there and they annex the territory. So now that North Yemen is under Saudi control, there's even more clashes between the green and red team, as there's obviously a small point right here in which ships need to pass through in order to go up north and then eventually through the Suez Canal, which is still controlled by the British. But yeah, a lot of hostilities going on down here. And go figure that this alliance would have issues with each other. I mean, Greece and Turkey are both in these, wait, no, Greece actually is a part of Italy, but Italian Greece is a part of this, and then Turkey is a part of this, so obviously they don't go together well. So obviously there can only be one that exists, right? Also, I do apologize if I sound like weird or sick. I don't really know what's happening with me right now. I think it's my allergies, but also I have a cough, so maybe I'm actually sick. But I'm getting ready to go on vacation, so this is not important to you because all the videos you're seeing next week have already been recorded to this point. Anyway, before we get to this the Mediterranean brawl, let's go over here to the British Raj. Now, the British Raj should be independent by now. I mean, it's a very large country. It's full of many different groups, such as, India and Pakistan, two very opposite countries. And the British Raj is going to go ahead and request independence. And the British are going to go ahead and say yes. Now, that is under one condition, and that condition is that they remain in the Allies, and the British Raj agrees to do such. So, the British Raj is granted independence from the UK, and at this point, the British Empire has essentially collapsed, as it is only down to mainland Britain, this part of Newfoundland, I guess Canada, Guyana, Australia, and New Zealand. Other than that, everyone else is free. Oh, also these guys are still part of the British Empire over here in the Middle East. But compared to what the British Empire once was, it is obviously now a lot weaker and a lot smaller, and Britain is slowly losing its influence around the world. Also, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, they are all autonomous territories at this point. It's not like they're like colonies anymore. They're their own countries, but they're still like, they're still puppeteered by Britain, I guess you could say. Anyway, let's get to this Mediterranean brawl here. So the Mediterranean Order and the Middle Eastern Pact is now at war. Now, these two sides have already, they've been at each other's throats for some time now, considering the Red Sea incidents, and also just the fact that they have very differing views. The Mediterranean Order wants all of the Mediterranean, whereas the Middle Eastern Pact just kind of wants peace. Now, the issue with this war is that it's going to be very naval based because, they really only border each other in one place, and that's over here in this place, Thrice. Other than that, it's going to be a whole lot of Red Sea fighting and then a whole lot of Mediterranean fighting, in which, in that case, the red team has the advantage. But as the aggressor here, and since they've been preparing for it longer, the Mediterranean Order is going to go ahead and march right into Turkey, taking over all of Thrice and eventually capturing Istanbul, a major city that is quick to fall. This is largely thanks to Turkey's slow preparation time. So they lose Istanbul and a ton of other major port cities, which is going to kind of crumble Turkey a lot. The Italians and other Balkan countries start to push over towards Ankara, and they eventually capture Turkey's capital, which will probably be the stake for Turkey here, as they are left with only a few other major cities over here, wherever they are. I need to touch up on my geography. Anyway, the British have just cut a deal over to the red team, basically saying that, hey, we will let you use your military and walk through the Sinai Peninsula only if you extend a release. Basically, if you don't remember and you haven't watched the other episodes, this area is owned by Britain, but only owned by Britain for a short amount of time. I think it was 15 years. Britain Jordan basically wants an extension on that 15 years. They want an additional 5 years of control of the Sinai Peninsula and the Suez Canal, and Egypt agrees to that, and Egyptian troops start to move through this peninsula and over towards Jordan. From here, they invade up into Israel and capture Jerusalem, another major city. And at this point, the Middle Eastern Pact it's getting really messed up. A lot of the world saw this as an evenly fought battle, since, you know, the Middle Eastern Pact composes of 3 pretty strong countries, but for some reason, they just ain't pulling their own weight right now, and they're getting messed up. The Egyptians push all the way out through Jordan and now go up into Syria, and from here they invade into what is now Lebanon. Cyprus is captured by the Italian Navy, and a landing is made on the southern part of Turkey. Eventually we have the Soviet Union joining this war. Now this is a really interesting event, and it's kind of bizarre considering the Soviet Union has gone for a more diplomatic tone in the world as in this series. However, they are still the Soviet Union, and they're mostly doing this just because they want revenge for what was taken from them by the Axis, aka Georgia. I almost called it Abkhazia, but I guess technically they did lose Abkhazia. But more so Georgia, Azerbaijan, and Armenia. Soviet troops flood into this area and occupy what was once theirs, and from here they aren't going to be doing anything else. Simply, this is all they want. They don't want any additional land, they just want their land back. This serves as a huge boost for the Mediterranean order, who is now going to go ahead and crush whatever is left of Turkey. They lose complete access to the Mediterranean Sea, and eventually there is a large encirclement happening within the inner part of the country. They attempt to airlift a lot of their troops out, in which the case they are fairly successful. However, they are still going to lose a lot of important stuff in that circle. And from here, Turkey essentially crumbles as all their troops withdraw all the way back to the border of this in Iran. These troops continue to invade around until they eventually reach Baghdad. And at this point in the war, it's pretty obvious what's happening here. Iran and Saudi Arabia are just protecting themselves. They're not really worried about any of this. And with that in mind, the red team is going to go ahead and offer peace over to the blue team in order for them to, you know, just get out without being touched. And they agree. So let's go ahead and take a look at this peace treaty. All right, so taking a look at this peace treaty here, it's probably some of the worst borders you've ever seen before. So to break it down, starting over here in Turkey, we could see that a lot of the green team got land along this coast. In fact, it goes all the way down to Lebanon. In fact, you might even think that this is a part of Bulgaria, but that's where you're wrong. It's actually a part of Italy. That's right, Italy just basically jumped over the Aegean Sea here, continued their conquest this way. Bulgaria owns Thrace now, so this is weird looking. Now coming over to here to where it gets even worse, we see that Egypt gets land over here in Israel and Jordan. However, Britain still owns this, so they have to like go around it, or maybe the British were going to let them through. I don't know. It looks horrible no matter what. And as for the Middle Eastern Pact, they lost land. Turkey lost land. This thing, whatever it is, lost land, and the Soviet Union gained land after they got back Georgia, Armenia, and see, I almost did it again, Azerbaijan, and also a little bit more. All right, so the Mediterranean Order and the Middle Eastern Pact have officially exchanged hands with each other, and it's clear that the Mediterranean Order was on top in that war. So now what? So actually, let's go ahead and go to Europe and discuss some things. So as we know, Europe has been rapidly changing. The Axis, though, has been very quiet lately. Germany hasn't made any noise, and it's because they really can't. If they want to do anything, they would have to invade the Soviet Union, and well, that would be an interesting matchup. No other countries in the world really look to join them. And then as for the League of Freedom, we already know what's going on with them. Whole bunch of nothing, but they do add a new member, that being Costa Rica. As for the Pacific League, whole bunch of nothing happening here. Japan is basically by themselves, and there are other puppet governments. I mean, they have Indonesia. That's cool, I guess. If they want to expand, they're gonna have to go to the Soviet Union. Xinjiang, they're an ally. Tibet is kind of allied with the Allies, but not officially, so I guess they could go after Tibet, although I'm not sure why they would, since, you know, mountain. Middle Eastern Pact, they just got their ass kicked, so they're not fighting anybody. Middle Eastern Pact, we already know what happened with them. We already know what happened with the Mediterranean Order, so yeah. The Allies, let's talk about them. They're gonna add 2 new members, and guess what? These are game changer countries. Iceland and Catalonia. Now the reason for Iceland joining is just because why not, and the reason for Catalonia joining is for protection from Spain and protection from wannabe Rome over here. I mean, they're doing pretty damn well. They have conquered, I mean, they are doing pretty well. Like, they've conquered a good portion of the Mediterranean. Only issue is that they're going to need a lot more, and some of it is even owned by their allies like Egypt and Bulgaria. So maybe they might work out deals with them, or maybe they might backstab them, either or. Either way, Italy has their ambitions set, and they're doing pretty good at it. And now the world is entering this kind of weird state of neutrality. This happened in the first series where everyone just kind of mellowed out and no one really attacked anybody. But if you think about it, no one really can attack anybody because it's pretty balanced out as of now. The only alliance that would, I think, get crushed in the war would be the Middle Eastern Pact, and that's just because they're weak now. Other than that, it's pretty evenly matched. I mean, who's going to invade all of South America, right? Anyway, let's talk about some stuff real quick before I end this video. That's right, I'm going to end the video early because I'm not feeling that great right now. But The channel is doing horrible. No, I don't really care about that. It's not doing good, but it's whatever. I don't know why I said that. I'm on vacation as you're seeing this right now. In fact, you're seeing this on a Saturday, so the 29th, hopefully. And it's very unlikely that you'll see an alternate future video next week. And that's because the series isn't doing as good as I want it to be right now. So I kind of want to give it some time to maybe, you know, gain some more traction before I start posting again. So next Saturday will not be alternate future. It'll be some other video, maybe Age of History. Maybe. Just wanted to let you know that next Saturday I will be coming back from vacation, so that's cool. And when I get back from vacation, I have to go to band camp. So band camp, if you don't know what it is, it's basically just outdoor training for members of the high school band. And I'm in the high school band, so I have to go to that. Obviously, I'm missing the first week, which I don't really want to do, but I have to do because there's no other option unless I just don't go on vacation, which who wants to skip out on vacation, right? But yeah, that's cool. So I'll have less time to do YouTube, which is not cool. I think I'll have, I get home at 5 o'clock after camp, so like an hour or so to do a video, which is what my normal frame is. Big shout out to Jaden here for editing for me. It's a big relief, because if he wasn't editing for me, then I don't think I'd be able to do 3 videos a week. As of now, I'd probably be too lazy to even edit. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, support is greatly appreciated, helps our channel grow, and the sea is apparently purple. If you want to see more alternate future content, let's get this video to let's get it to 5,000 likes. That's my guess. No, 5,000 likes might be a little too ambitious. If we can still get there, that's cool. Let's try to aim for 4,000 likes, maybe 3,500, somewhere in that range. 4,000, let's do 4,000. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And of course, thank you to all the super fans. This includes Patrick Clauser, Yo Moma Moma, Texan Cowboy Cheese, Kylie Speaks Plays, Poland Country Ball, Dimitri, DW Cool Dude, Nevada Garbage Trucks, Yakko, Soviet Ball, and Serminator. Once again, thank you guys.